Very little is left of the ancient North American monuments. More than 90% of the structures that were documented are now completely gone. And of the less than 10% that remain, the majority have been vandalized and destroyed.
Have you ever imagined stumbling upon a city lost to time, hidden beneath the earth for centuries?
Large cities flourished in the Amazon. Enormous cities.
When you have written documents that have survived, if you can translate those documents, you can begin to get a fair sense of how history was unfolding. It's a very treacherous and dangerous place to be.
Can you just imagine what other mysteries lie in await of human discovery with all the untouched areas of the world?
Explorations and archaeological discoveries in jungle environments have significantly expanded our understanding of ancient civilizations. These lush, often formidable environments have hidden the remnants of societies from the prying eyes of modern civilization until relatively recently. But now, with newer technologies, we are able to look into these jungles without having to venture on foot. The lost city of the monkey god, also known as La Ciudad Blanca or the White City, has been shrouded in mystery and legend for centuries. Tucked away in the dense and nearly impassable jungles of the Mosquitia region in Honduras, this enigmatic city captured the imagination of explorers, historians, and archaeologists who dreamed of uncovering a forgotten civilization. It first came into the limelight with aerial photographs in 1939 suggesting its existence, but it was not until the use of LiDAR technology in 2012 that significant discoveries were made. LiDAR, which stands for Light Detection and Ranging, uses laser light to map the ground below dense forest canopies, revealing hidden structures like plazas, mounds, and an impressive pyramid, which confirmed the presence of a major pre-Columbian settlement. Further explorations on the ground uncovered stone sculptures with Maya-like iconography, intricate terraces likely used for agriculture, and large communal plazas, all suggesting a bustling ancient community. The architecture seen here, especially the pyramid, aligns with traditional Mesoamerican styles, indicating a complex society that once thrived in what is now a remote and difficult-to-access area. The city's location, deep within the Mosquitia's diverse yet hostile rainforests, shielded it from modern looters and remained a daunting challenge for archaeologists due to the harsh conditions. Local myths have added to the allure of La Ciudad Blanca, with tales suggesting the area is protected by supernatural forces and cursed, a narrative possibly rooted in the indigenous reverence for their spiritual and cultural heritage. This has given rise to various names for the city, including the City of the Monkey God, where legend has it that a giant simian deity resided. The comparison of this site to Machu Picchu, discovered by Hiram Bingham in 1911, highlights stark differences. While Machu Picchu's high Andean location and dry climate helped preserve its structures, La Ciudad Blanca faces the relentless forces of a wet jungle that rapidly degrades man-made constructions and is fraught with perilous wildlife and diseases, making explorations particularly risky. Despite these challenges, La Ciudad Blanca is as much an ecological treasure as it is an archaeological one. Positioned in a largely untouched jungle area, it plays a vital role in local biodiversity. The ongoing explorations are slowly unraveling the complexities of Mesoamerican cultures and their interconnectedness, providing valuable insights into how ancient civilizations managed to adapt and flourish in some of the most challenging environments on Earth. Each discovery at this site contributes essential pieces to our understanding of human history in the Americas, promising more revelations from this mystical city as research continues. Machu Picchu, often hailed as the lost city of the Incas, is a marvel of ancient engineering and design, first brought to global attention by historian Hiram Bingham in 1911. This well-preserved site, nestled between the Andean mountain peaks of Peru and above the Urubamba River Valley, offers not only breathtaking views but also a window into the sophisticated society of the Incas. The city's layout and the assembly of its buildings, large stone blocks cut and fitted together without mortar using a technique known as ashlar, reflect a high degree of architectural skill and understanding of seismic structural integrity, important in the earthquake-prone Andes. The urban design of Machu Picchu includes distinct residential, religious, and agricultural zones, optimally arranged to use the steep terrain to their advantage. Among its most significant structures are the Intihuatana stone, believed to have served as an astronomical clock or calendar, the Temple of the Sun, whose circular construction is aligned with the solstices, and the Room of the Three Windows, which holds cosmological importance and is positioned to catch the first rays of morning light. Thought to have been built in the 15th century as a retreat for Inca Emperor Pachacuti, Machu Picchu resembles more a royal estate than a city. It was a place for nobles, priests, and servants, with over 150 buildings from baths and houses to temples and sanctuaries, serving a variety of residential and ceremonial purposes. Its secluded location high above the Sacred Valley also kept it hidden from the Spanish conquistadors, preserving its mysteries until the early 20th century. The surrounding area of Machu Picchu is as ecologically diverse as it is visually stunning. Situated on the eastern slopes of the Andes and bordering the Amazon rainforest, it is home to a myriad of flora and fauna, some of which are endemic to the region. This biodiversity adds to the site's mystical allure and historical intrigue. Today, as a UNESCO World Heritage Site and one of the new 7 wonders of the world, Machu Picchu draws hundreds of thousands of visitors annually. However, this popularity comes at a cost. The site faces significant preservation challenges due to the heavy foot traffic, prompting efforts to limit the number of visitors each day to protect its structural integrity and historical significance for future generations to appreciate and study. Moving on deep into the jungle, El Mirador, nestled in the Maya Biosphere Reserve in Guatemala, was rediscovered in 1926 and has been a goldmine of information on the pre-classic Maya civilization ever since. Flourishing from the 6th century BC to the 1st century AD, this ancient city's monumental architecture rivals even those from later Maya periods, offering a deep dive into the sophistication of early Maya engineers and architects. The city is perhaps best known for La Danta Temple, one of the largest pyramids in the world by volume. This massive structure stands about 70 meters tall and covers nearly 7 acres at its base. Its size and the effort required to build it are a testament to the advanced organizational skills of the Maya. Constructing La Danta involved quarrying and transporting enormous quantities of stone and earth, demanding a sophisticated understanding of engineering and logistics. The temple likely served as a central hub for rituals and community gatherings, playing a vital role in the religious and ceremonial life of El Mirador. Another significant structure, El Tigre, stands nearly 55 meters high and serves as a symbol of Maya religious and political power. Positioned strategically within the city, it likely hosted various communal and ceremonial activities, possibly even aligning with astronomical events. The Triadic Pyramids, unique to El Mirador and similar pre-classic cities, feature a large central pyramid flanked by 2 smaller ones, all on a single platform. This configuration might have represented a sacred trio of Maya deities and was crucial for the city's spiritual life. El Mirador's urban planning was also remarkably sophisticated, with an intricate network of causeways known as sac bays, linking major city structures. These are among the earliest known roads in the Americas and highlight the city's advanced urban planning capabilities. Large plazas were central to public life, hosting gatherings and ceremonies, and the city's extensive water management systems, including reservoirs and canals, were essential for sustaining its large population. Comparing El Mirador's architecture to other ancient wonders, such as the Egyptian Pyramid of Khufu at Giza, offers some perspective on their monumental scale. Although the Great Pyramid is taller, La Danta's base covers a larger area, reflecting different architectural focuses and social uses between these 2 civilizations. While the Maya utilized horizontal layers of stone and packed earth, the Egyptians built with large limestone blocks, each method showcasing the unique engineering insights and materials preferred by these cultures. Another ancient discovery would be Tikal in Guatemala. It's not just another ancient city. It's a beacon that illuminates the rich tapestry of the ancient Maya civilization. Discovered for the Western world by Ambrosio Tutt in 1848, and now part of the Tikal National Park, a UNESCO World Heritage Site since 1979, this sprawling archaeological site has been pivotal in understanding the complexities of Maya society. Its grand temples and palaces echo the architectural brilliance and urban planning acumen of a civilization that knew how to mold its environment to its needs. The city itself is a marvel of design, featuring some of the tallest temples ever erected by the Maya, set against a backdrop of dense Central American jungle. These structures are linked by an extensive network of raised stone pathways or causeways, which facilitated essential aspects of city life such as trade, military movements, and public communication. One of the standout structures is Temple 4, which soars about 70 meters into the sky, making it one of the tallest pre-Columbian buildings in the Americas. From its peak, one could easily survey the sprawling cityscape and the encroaching jungle beyond. At the city's core lies the Great Plaza, flanked by temples the Pan and the Tu, and surrounded by the north and central acropolises. This plaza was the ceremonial heart of Tikal, pulsating with the energy of myriad public gatherings and rituals. Temple Waz, known as the Temple of the Great Jaguar, was built as a monumental tomb for King Jasar Chankawil, one of Tikal's most revered rulers. Directly across from it stands Temple 2, or the Temple of the Masks, believed to have been erected by the king's wife to honor his legacy, suggesting intriguing aspects of gender and power within royal circles. When compared to Teotihuacan in Mexico, with its rigid urban grid and massive pyramids like the pyramids of the Sun and the Moon, Tikal presents a contrasting image. Its city plan harmoniously blends into its jungle environment, and its temples reach towards the sky as if to touch the divine. This difference in architectural philosophy highlights the diversity in Mesoamerican urban planning and religious expression. Preserving such a magnificent site is no small feat. Tikal's remote location and humid tropical climate pose continuous threats from vegetation overgrowth and structural decay, challenging conservationists who must tread the fine line between maintaining archaeological integrity and supporting the natural ecosystem that has reclaimed these ruins. Through ongoing excavation and research, it remains a crucial site for archaeologists and historians eager to delve deeper into the pre-Columbian past of the Americas, offering new stories and insights that gradually piece together the complex mosaic of human history in this lush region.
Within 100 years, other Spaniards were in there exploring. They couldn't find the cities. So they said, he must have made it all up. And that's what academia continued to say. And they're only being found now.
Perched on the rugged hills overlooking the ancient city of Cusco, the capital of the Inca Empire, stands the majestic fortress of Sacsayhuaman. This colossal structure, crafted with mind-boggling precision and architectural genius, has withstood the ravages of time, silently guarding the secrets of a civilization long past.
This is one of those cases where the science is even more sensational than the headlines.
Imagine stones so large and perfectly fitted that not even a piece of paper can slide between them, and you begin to grasp the mystery and allure of Sacsayhuaman. This fortress, more than just a military bastion, is a testament to the Incas' advanced understanding of engineering, astronomy, and their profound connection to the natural world, challenging us to rethink our perceptions of the ancient world. Its story begins long before it caught the eye of Western historians and archaeologists, having been a significant part of local life and culture well before the Spanish conquest of the Inca Empire in the early 16th century.
The horrendous catastrophe of the Spanish conquest. The Spanish sent ahead of them terrible diseases like smallpox.
The Spanish first encountered Sacsayhuaman during their conquest of Cusco in 1533. Led by Francisco Pizarro and his brothers, the conquistadors were immediately struck by the grandeur and precision of the fortress, which was then a central feature of the Inca capital. Among the earliest and most vivid descriptions we have of Sacsayhuaman were penned by Pedro Sancho, Pizarro's secretary. Writing shortly after the fall of Cusco, Sancho's detailed accounts, alongside those of his contemporaries, provided a first glimpse into the size of the stones and the sophistication of the construction, laying a foundation for future archaeological investigations.
That's me, for scale, standing beside that block.
As the 19th century rolled around, the ruins of Sacsayhuaman piqued the interest of international travelers and scholars, spurred on by the growing field of archaeology. Notable among these was Ephraim George Squire, who visited Peru in the 1860s. His detailed sketches and descriptions further fueled worldwide interest and brought more attention to the site's historical and architectural significance. By the early 20th century, the first systematic studies were underway, mapping the site's structures and attempting to understand its historical context. However, these early efforts were often limited by the techniques of the time and a colonial mindset that occasionally misinterpreted the site's purpose and construction.
Archaeology gives this work entirely to the Incas, even though the Incas themselves recognized and honored the work of predecessors.
Advancements in archaeological methods in the late 20th and early 21st centuries, including digital mapping, detailed stratigraphic analysis, and remote sensing, have significantly enhanced our understanding of Sacsayhuaman. These modern techniques have shed light on the construction sequence, the true extent of the site, and its various phases of use, ensuring that each stone and artifact found continues to contribute to the story of a civilization known for its remarkable architectural feats and deep integration with its environment and the cosmos. The construction of Sacsayhuaman stands as a pinnacle of Incan engineering and craftsmanship, incorporating advanced techniques that continue to puzzle historians and engineers even today. The massive boulders used in its construction were quarried from limestone deposits around Cusco, and transporting these behemoths, some weighing as much as 200 tons and spanning several kilometers, remains one of the great enigmas of Incan ability. It is believed that thousands of laborers, without the aid of the wheel or large animals, maneuvered these stones using nothing but logs, ropes, and collective human strength. The cutting precision of these stones is nothing short of extraordinary. The Incas mastered a technique known as ashlar masonry, which allowed them to fit stones so tightly together that no mortar was needed. The fit is so snug that not even a blade of grass can slip through the joints, which also provided significant earthquake resistance. The stones could shift slightly and resettle without causing the structure to collapse, an essential feature in the earthquake-prone Andes. Moreover, the architectural layout of the walls, composed of gigantic stones in a zigzag pattern, forms three parallel lines that merge into a formidable barrier. This design served not only as a strategic military defense, but also held symbolic meanings, perhaps representing the teeth of a puma, with Cusco itself theorized to be laid out in the shape of this sacred animal when viewed from above. Expanding beyond its visible structure, the layout of Sacsayhuaman is deeply complex and extends into both ceremonial and strategic realms. The zigzag walls, stretching over 600 meters, seem to echo the jagged peaks of the Andes themselves, blending the natural landscape into its sacred architecture. This design not only provided a stunning aesthetic connection to its surroundings, but also reflected the Incas' profound reverence for nature and the deities believed to reside within these natural elements. Researchers have also suggested that Sacsayhuaman's design incorporates an acoustic feature. Tests have shown that sounds made at certain points within the complex can be clearly heard across vast distances without any echo, indicating a sophisticated understanding of sound dynamics. This acoustical engineering would have been particularly advantageous during large gatherings and ceremonies, allowing leaders' voices to be projected to extensive crowds. Additionally, the site's astronomical significance is highlighted by the orientations of its walls and specific architectural features, which align with celestial events such as solstices and equinoxes. Continuing with the architectural and engineering marvels of Sacsayhuaman, the Incas demonstrated remarkable ingenuity in water management by incorporating an advanced drainage system within the construction. This system was critical in handling the heavy rainfalls typical of the region, effectively preventing erosion and water damage to the structure. Alongside this, the tiered terraces not only provided a robust defense mechanism, but were also ingeniously used to manage soil erosion and fertility, likely supporting gardens or smaller structures within the complex. When comparing Sacsayhuaman to another iconic Inca site, Machu Picchu, some intriguing differences and similarities emerge, particularly in terms of purpose, function, and construction techniques. Sacsayhuaman, often misconceived solely as a fortress due to its massive walls and strategic location, primarily served as a ceremonial site and a symbol of imperial power and divine authority. In contrast, Machu Picchu, built around the mid-15th century, functioned as a royal estate for Emperor Pachacuti and was heavily focused on religious ceremonies and astronomical observations. The construction styles of these two sites also reflect their differing roles and philosophies. Sacsayhuaman is characterized by the use of enormous stones, meticulously fitted together without the use of mortar. This construction technique, showcasing large-scale monumental architecture, was likely intended to display power and durability. On the other hand, Machu Picchu, while also renowned for its precision stonework, utilizes smaller, more regularly shaped stones that integrate seamlessly with the natural landscape, reflecting an overarching philosophy of harmony and balance with nature. Moreover, the locations and overall designs of Sacsayhuaman and Machu Picchu further highlight their distinct purposes. Sacsayhuaman's position on a high plateau overlooking Cusco gives it a robust, militaristic and expansive design, symbolizing its role as a guardian over the capital. In stark contrast, Machu Picchu is nestled between mountain peaks, often enshrouded in mist, creating a more secluded and mystical ambience that is designed to blend into its mountainous surroundings, emphasizing its spiritual and retreat-like nature. These strategic choices in location and design not only served practical purposes, but also conveyed the spiritual and cultural values of the Inca civilization. Continuing the exploration of Incan architectural ingenuity, Sacsayhuaman not only stands out as an architectural and ceremonial masterpiece, but also as a strategic military fortress, exemplifying the Incas' deep understanding of military tactics and effective landscape utilization. Its defensive characteristics are meticulously designed, blending the natural and constructed environments seamlessly. Strategically perched on a hill overlooking Cusco, Sacsayhuaman's elevated position offered the Incas a crucial vantage point from which they could observe any approaching threats. This advantageous positioning provided ample time to prepare defenses or mount counterattacks, making it an integral part of the region's security. Access to Sacsayhuaman was deliberately limited, with a few heavily guarded entrances. These were intentionally designed to be narrow, forcing attacking forces to enter in reduced numbers and become vulnerable to attacks from defenders positioned along the walls above and to the sides. Within the walls, the arrangement allowed for excellent visibility and easy communication between different sections of the fortress. Signal fires and other forms of visual messaging were used to coordinate defensive efforts across Sacsayhuaman and with other nearby fortifications, further enhancing its defensive capabilities. When comparing the defensive structures of Sacsayhuaman with those of medieval European castles, like the iconic Edinburgh Castle in Scotland, several intriguing contrasts and similarities come to light. Unlike the stone and mortar construction typical of European castles, Sacsayhuaman's walls were crafted using the ashlar technique, which involves fitting stones together without mortar. This technique not only provided significant earthquake resistance, but also ensured there were no weak points like mortar that could be easily undermined or eroded. Both Sacsayhuaman and many medieval castles share the strategic positioning on elevated ground, a common defensive feature that underscores the universal tactical advantage of controlling high ground. This strategic similarity highlights the shared understanding of defensive architecture across different cultures and epochs, each adapting to their unique environments and technological capabilities.
The Andes, implacable, eternal. For centuries, they have stood silent sentinel over secrets whispered on the wind, secrets of empires built and shattered, secrets of a hunger that drove men to the edge of madness. November 16th, 1532, Cajamarca. Here, in the shadow of the mountains, the Inca Empire, a civilization that had touched the sky, met its brutal end. A handful of Spanish conquistadors, led by the iron fist of Francisco Pizarro, brought an entire people to their knees. 5,000 Inca warriors, unarmed and defenseless, Atahualpa, the god king, captured. The sun had set on the Inca world. But for Pizarro, the conquest was only the beginning. His eyes were fixed on a prize far greater than empire: gold. The legendary riches of the Inca, a treasure that would make kings weep with envy. They plundered temples, melted down sacred artifacts, stripped bare the very soul of a civilization. Mountains of gold, enough to fill the holds of 1,000 ships, flowed back to Spain. But even as they gorged themselves on Inca treasure, a new whisper began to circulate, a fever dream that gripped their hearts. A tale of a city forged not of stone, but of pure gold. A place where the very ruler was bathed in golden dust. A king they called El Dorado, the Golden One. This was no mere legend. They had seen the proof. The Muisca, masters of gold, and a sacred lake high in the Andes, Guatavita. Here they witnessed a ritual beyond imagining. A new chief, naked, coated in gold from head to toe, offering treasures to the depths. Before plunging into the icy water, a living god reborn. This is the story of El Dorado, the most famous treasure that never was.
The Andes Mountains, jagged and imposing, stand as silent witnesses to a pivotal moment in history, November 16th, 1532. On this fateful day, the seemingly invincible Inca Empire, a civilization that had flourished for centuries, crumbled before the might of a small band of Spanish conquistadors. Led by Francisco Pizarro, a man driven by an insatiable hunger for wealth and glory, the Spanish captured Atahualpa, the last Sapa Inca, the emperor believed by his people to be a living god. The ensuing massacre of 5,000 unarmed Incan warriors in Cajamarca was a chilling display of European military superiority and a brutal prelude to the systematic dismantling of an empire. Pizarro, however, was not merely a conqueror, he was a plunderer, his eyes fixated on the legendary riches of the Inca. Gold, in quantities that staggered the European imagination, adorned the temples and palaces of the Inca. As Pedro Cieza de León, a soldier and chronicler of the conquest, wrote in his Crónicas del Perú, "In one of these palaces, there was a garden in which the earth was lumps of fine gold, and it was cunningly planted with stalks of corn that were of gold, stalk, leaves, and ears." This vivid description highlights the sheer abundance of gold that fueled the Spanish frenzy. The systematic looting of the Inca Empire began. Temples were stripped bare, golden artifacts melted down into ingots, and the wealth of a civilization was shipped across the ocean to fill the coffers of the Spanish crown. But even as the Inca gold flowed into Europe, whispers of another, even greater source of riches began to circulate among the conquistadors. These were tales of a city, a kingdom, where gold was not merely a symbol of wealth, but the very fabric of existence. A place where the streets were paved with gold, the buildings constructed from it, and the ruler himself was covered in it. This was the legend of El Dorado, the Golden One. Driven by this intoxicating legend, the conquistadors ventured beyond the conquered Inca territories, pushing deeper into the uncharted heart of South America. They braved treacherous jungles teeming with unknown dangers, navigated the labyrinthine waterways of the Amazon, and scaled the dizzying heights of the Andes, their eyes constantly searching for any sign of the fabled Golden City. They were not merely explorers, they were treasure hunters, fueled by a potent cocktail of greed, ambition, and a near-religious belief in the existence of El Dorado. This belief was further reinforced when they encountered the Muisca, an indigenous civilization that thrived in the highlands of present-day Colombia. The Muisca, unlike the Inca, did not build vast empires or monumental cities. Their power resided not in territorial conquest, but in their mastery of gold work and their complex spiritual beliefs. Spanish chroniclers like Juan de Castellanos were astounded by the Muisca's skill with gold. In his epic poem Elegías de Varones Ilustres de Indias, Castellanos describes their artistry. They are great artificers of gold, and whatever they make is very perfect. They cast it, they make hollow figures, they solder it with great skill, and they make of it whatever they will and whatever is desired of them. The Muisca created intricate gold objects, tunjos, votive figures, jewelry, masks, and elaborate pectorals, often depicting animals, deities, and scenes from their mythology. But it was the Muisca's unique ritual at Lake Guatavita that truly cemented the connection between them and the legend of El Dorado. This sacred lake, nestled high in the Andes, was the stage for a ceremony of profound spiritual significance. Gonzalo Fernández de Oviedo y Valdés, in his Historia General y Natural de las Indias, provides a detailed, though perhaps embellished, account. The Indians say that in that lake is a great sum of gold and riches, and that the gold that the cacique, chief, offers is very much. He goes naked, covered only with a paste of fragrant resins, and over this the gold dust is applied from head to foot, as thick as salt is sprinkled on food, and thus arrayed he goes to make his sacrifice. The Spanish, upon hearing these accounts, were captivated. Here, they believed, was the origin of the El Dorado legend. The Golden Man was not a mythical king, but the Muisca leader participating in the Lake Guatavita ceremony. The lake itself, they reasoned, must be a vast repository of gold, accumulated over centuries of ritual offerings. As Juan Rodriguez Fraile, a later chronicler born in Bogotá, wrote in his work El Carnero, this is the ceremony that became the famous El Dorado, which has cost so many lives and fortunes. The conquistadors' logic, though flawed, was understandable. They saw a civilization that used gold in abundance, a ritual that involved casting gold into a lake, and a legend of a golden city. In their minds, these elements coalesced into a single compelling narrative. El Dorado was not a myth, but a hidden Muisca capital. The ensuing search for El Dorado became one of the most epic and ultimately tragic chapters in the history of the Spanish conquest. Expeditions, often led by ruthless and ambitious men, ventured into the unknown, driven by the tantalizing prospect of unimaginable riches. They found gold, yes, but never in the quantities they envisioned. They encountered indigenous resistance, succumbed to disease, and often turned on each other in their desperation. The legend of El Dorado, however, persisted. It evolved and adapted, taking on new forms and meanings. It became a metaphor for the insatiable human desire for wealth and the destructive power of greed. It also became a symbol of the unknown, the unexplored, and the enduring allure of the mythical. Even today, the name El Dorado evokes a sense of mystery and wonder, a reminder of a time when the world was still full of uncharted territories and the possibility of discovering something truly extraordinary. If you liked this adventure, you are going to love what's next.
For millennia, they lay hidden beneath the emerald shroud of the Mexican rainforest. Giants of stone, frozen in an eternal gaze, their secrets slumbering beneath layers of earth and time. A civilization so ancient, it predates the mighty Aztecs and the enigmatic Maya. They were the Olmecs, the mother culture of Mesoamerica. Their cities, once teeming with life, now lie silent, reclaimed by the relentless jungle. But their legacy endures, etched in colossal stone heads, intricate carvings, and enigmatic symbols that defy explanation. Who were these master builders and artists? How did they achieve such monumental feats of engineering without the wheel or metal tools? And why did their civilization vanish, leaving behind only whispers in the wind and these silent stone sentinels? Join us as we journey deep into the heart of Olmec territory to uncover the truth behind a civilization lost to time.
In the heart of the dense, untamed jungles of Veracruz and Tabasco, Mexico, there lies a world shrouded in mystery and profound intrigue. Towering trees whisper ancient secrets as the canopy filters sunlight onto the forest floor, where time seems to stand still. What enigmatic stories are buried beneath these layers of earth and vegetation, waiting patiently to be unearthed? Today, we embark on a journey to delve into the depths of the Olmec civilization, the so-called mother culture of Mesoamerica that flourished long before the rise of the Maya and the Aztecs. Imagine yourself standing amidst the verdant foliage, the air thick with the scent of earth and the calls of unseen creatures. Suddenly, your gaze catches something out of place, a colossal stone face emerging from the ground, its features etched with an artistry unparalleled for its time. Who were the people capable of crafting such monumental sculptures over 3,000 years ago, without the tools and technology we consider essential today? The quest to uncover the secrets of the Olmec civilization began in 1862, when José María Melgar y Serrano stumbled upon the first colossal head at Tres Zapotes. Little did he know, this discovery was merely the tip of an iceberg that would captivate historians and archaeologists for generations to come. As the 20th century unfolded, pioneers like Matthew Stirling embarked on expeditions that would redefine our understanding of ancient Mesoamerican cultures. In the 1930s and 1940s, Stirling's excavations at San Lorenzo Tenochtitlan revealed a city that flourished between 1200 BCE and 900 BCE. Nestled near the Coatzacoalcos River in Veracruz, San Lorenzo spanned an astonishing 700 hectares, making it one of the largest urban centers of its time. It was not just its size that was impressive. The city boasted elaborate earthen mounds, expansive plazas, and an intricate drainage system carved from stone, a testament to the Olmec's engineering prowess. 10 of the 17 known colossal heads were unearthed here, each one a masterpiece of basalt artistry, their stoic faces silently guarding the legacy of their creators. But a question looms large. How did the Olmecs transport these massive stones, some weighing up to an incredible 50 tons, without the aid of the wheel or beasts of burden? The basalt used for the colossal heads was sourced from the Tuxtla Mountains, up to 80 kilometers away, a staggering distance given the era. As San Lorenzo began to wane around 900 BCE, possibly due to environmental changes or shifts in political power, another city rose to prominence, La Venta. Situated in present-day Tabasco on an island amid swamps, La Venta thrived until about 400 BCE. Here stands the Great Pyramid, an earthen mound soaring 34 meters high, comparable to a modern 10-story building. Excavations revealed that this pyramid was part of a larger complex aligned precisely along a north-south axis, hinting at an advanced understanding of astronomy and the cardinal directions. What celestial secrets did the Olmecs decode? Among the most intriguing artifacts from La Venta are the massive stone altars and thrones. Carved from colossal basalt slabs weighing up to 30 tons, the equivalent of 5 fully grown Tyrannosaurus rex dinosaurs, these structures depict figures emerging from niches or caves, possibly symbolizing portals to the spiritual world or realms beyond human reach. The intricate carvings of deities, jaguars, and hybrid creatures provide a vivid glimpse into Olmec mythology. Were these altars merely ceremonial platforms, or did they serve as sacred sites for rituals intended to bridge the earthly and the divine? The colossal heads, perhaps the most iconic symbols of the Olmec civilization, range from 1.17 to 3.4 meters in height. The largest among them towers as tall as a one-story building and weighs as much as 7 adult African elephants. Each head bears unique facial features and headdresses, leading many to believe they represent individual rulers or esteemed figures within Olmec society. Yet, their exact purpose remains a topic of fervent debate. Could they have been guardians, commemorations of leaders, or representations of gods? The mystery adds to their allure, inviting us to ponder the intentions of their long-gone sculptors. Delving deeper into the Olmec world, we encounter the Cascajal block, a stone tablet discovered in 1999 bearing 62 symbols arranged in what appears to be a deliberate sequence. Dated to around 900 BCE, it potentially represents the earliest known writing system in the Americas. However, the symbols remain undeciphered, adding another tantalizing layer of mystery. What stories, laws, or knowledge might this ancient script hold? Could cracking this code unlock new understanding of the Olmec's beliefs, governance, or daily life? The Olmecs were innovators, not just in art and architecture, but also in science and technology. they developed a process for creating rubber from the latex of the Castilla elastica tree mixed with the juice of the Ipomoea alba vine. This early rubber was used to make balls for ceremonial games, bindings, and other practical items, a revolutionary use of natural materials that predates similar discoveries elsewhere in the world. As with any ancient civilization, theories abound regarding the Olmecs. Some speculate about transoceanic contacts, suggesting that similarities in art and iconography point to influences from African or Asian cultures. The distinctive facial features of the colossal heads have fueled such debates, though mainstream scholars generally find these theories lacking concrete evidence. As we piece together the fragments of the Olmec legacy, we are left with as many questions as answers. Their colossal sculptures and mysterious symbols paint the picture of a civilization far ahead of its time. The Olmecs set the foundation for subsequent Mesoamerican cultures, influencing the Maya and Aztecs in art, architecture, mathematics. What other secrets lie buried beneath the jungles of Mexico, waiting to be discovered by the next generation of explorers and scholars? Each new finding adds a piece to the puzzle, but also opens the door to new mysteries, challenging our perceptions and igniting our curiosity. If you were blown away by that, then buckle up, because our next adventure is going to take you to the edge of reality. Prepare to be amazed. We're journeying to ancient Lycia, where archaeologists stumbled upon a civilization hidden inside a hollow mountain. These incredible people carved intricate tombs, temples, and entire cities into sheer rock. How did they do it? What secrets did they hold? We'll explore the rock-cut tombs of Myra, the lost ruins of Tlos, and the hidden passages of Pinara. Join us as we uncover the mysteries of the Lycians, their culture, and their mind-blowing architectural achievements. Don't miss it.
What if an entire civilization's secrets were hidden in plain sight, etched into the very cliffs of a forgotten land? In the rugged embrace of southwestern Turkey, where the sun-drenched Mediterranean kisses ancient shores, lies Lycia, a realm lost to time, yet whispering tales of a people who defied oblivion. Their legacy, carved into towering rock faces and scattered amongst crumbling ruins, beckons us on a journey, a quest to unravel the enigma of a civilization both captivating and mysterious. Join us as we venture into the heart of Lycia and unearth the secrets of a people who chose to live forever in stone.
Located in the Petén Basin of Guatemala, Tikal sits in the dense jungles of northern Guatemala and forms part of the Tikal National Park, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. This ancient city is one of the largest and most significant archaeological sites of the pre-Columbian Maya civilization.
At that time, Tikal was thought to be the biggest Maya city and stayed that way for a while.
Flourishing between 200 and 900 AD during the classic period of Maya history, Tikal was a major political, economic, and military center. At its peak, the city had an estimated population of between 50,000 and 100,000 people.
These were not empty cities, there were actually thousands upon thousands of people living there.
The discovery of Tikal dates back to 1848 when Ambrosio Tut, the governor of Petén, was informed about the ruins by local indigenous people. These locals had largely abandoned the site due to its remote location in the dense jungle. Recognizing the potential significance of these ruins, Tut organized an expedition to explore the area. The first recorded expedition was led by Modesto Méndez, then governor of Petén, and artist Eusebio Lara. Their objective was to document the ruins and assess their historical significance. Méndez and Lara's expedition brought detailed information about Tikal to the broader world, recording the existence of several large structures and creating initial sketches and descriptions that sparked interest among scholars and explorers.
But you can see, of course, that they're not cities like Teotihuacan, they're certainly not cities like Rome.
In the 1880s, Alfred P. Maudsley, an English archaeologist and explorer known for his work on Maya ruins, visited Tikal several times. Maudsley conducted meticulous studies of the ruins, creating extensive drawings, maps, and photographs. His work provided some of the earliest comprehensive records of Tikal's architectural and artistic features. Maudsley's publications included detailed plans and descriptions of the major structures, as well as photographs of stelae and other carvings. His contributions were instrumental in bringing Tikal to the attention of the international archaeological community, laying the groundwork for future scientific investigations. Significant archaeological excavations were carried out from 1956 to 1970 by the University of Pennsylvania Museum of Archaeology and Anthropology's Tikal project. Initiated by key figures such as Edwin M. Shook and William R. Coe, the project's goals were to conduct systematic archaeological excavations, restore key structures, and study the site's history, architecture, and culture in detail.
First, Edwin Shook and then William Coe started excavating at Tikal.
The excavations unearthed numerous burial tombs, particularly those of the elite and ruling class, often located within or beneath major structures like temples and pyramids. One of the most notable discoveries was the tomb of Jasar Chan Kawil Wand, found beneath Temple 1, also known as the Temple of the Great Jaguar. The tomb contained an array of valuable artifacts, including intricately carved jade masks, jewelry, pottery, and ceremonial items. The jade mask, a hallmark of Maya elite burials, symbolizes the power and divine nature of the ruler. Other royal burials also revealed significant insights. These tombs were often built with vaulted ceilings using the corbel arch technique, which was a significant architectural achievement for the Maya. The stelae and monuments at Tikal serve as historical records, commemorating significant events such as battles and the reigns of kings. These hieroglyphic inscriptions detail the genealogy of rulers, their accomplishments, and their alliances with other city-states.
These are very, very different kinds of cities, and we have to understand them in different ways.
Often accompanied by elaborate carvings of deities, mythical creatures, and symbolic imagery, these texts provide a vivid picture of Tikal's past. Epigraphers have worked painstakingly to decipher Maya glyphs, a complex writing system composed of logograms and syllabic symbols. This challenging work has revealed much about Tikal's political history and its relations with neighboring cities. Through these inscriptions, key figures such as Yikin Chan Kawil and Jasar Chan Kawil have been identified. The texts include detailed accounts of their military campaigns and construction projects. The ability to read these glyphs has allowed researchers to reconstruct a chronological list of Tikal's rulers, their interactions with rival cities like Calakmul, and periods of prosperity and decline. Tikal's history is marked by evidence of extensive warfare, as seen in its defensive structures and weaponry.
This is a period when really we don't know very much about Maya society or civilization at all.
The city was well protected by large earthworks, walls, and moats designed to fend off invasions. These fortifications were strategically placed around the city's perimeter and key entry points. A massive defensive ditch, likely filled with water, and an accompanying embankment surrounded much of the core area of Tikal, illustrating the city's preparedness for siege warfare. Archaeologists have uncovered various weapons such as obsidian blades, flint points, and spearheads, indicating the martial nature of Tikal's society. The presence of mass-produced weaponry suggests a highly organized military. Some burial sites even include skeletal remains, showing signs of battle injuries, along with grave goods like weapons and armor, hinting at the valorization of warriors in Tikal's culture. Tikal's history includes prolonged conflicts with the rival Maya city-state of Calakmul. These wars were frequently fought over regional dominance and control of trade routes. Hieroglyphic inscriptions document several major battles, including significant defeats and victories that influenced the political landscape of the Maya lowlands. Tikal, in the dense jungles of northern Guatemala, is a marvel of ancient architecture and engineering. One of its most iconic structures is the Temple of the Great Jaguar, or Temple 1, which stands at approximately 47 meters tall. Built around 732 AD to honor Jasar Chan Kawil I, a significant ruler of Tikal, This pyramid also served as his tomb. The temple features a steep staircase leading to a small roof-combed shrine at the summit. The roof comb is intricately decorated with stucco sculptures. The alignment of Temple 1 suggests it was used for astronomical observations, particularly during important solar events. Directly opposite Temple 1 on the western side of the Great Plaza is the Temple of the Masks, or Temple 2. This pyramid, standing at approximately 38 meters tall, was likely built to honor the wife of Jasor Chankawil I, though her tomb has not been definitively identified. Temple 2 is known for the large sculpted masks that adorn its stairways, thought to represent deities or mythological figures. The tallest structure in Tikal is Temple 4, which reaches approximately 70 meters into the sky. Completed around 741 AD during the reign of Yikin Chankawil, the son of Jasor Chankawil I, this temple offers panoramic views over the jungle canopy, extending to the horizon. This height not only provided a vantage point for observing celestial events, but also symbolized the ruler's connection to the heavens. The roof comb of Temple 4 is particularly elaborate, featuring carvings and stucco work that once depicted scenes of the ruler's power and divinity. The central Acropolis at Tikal served as a complex of interconnected structures functioning as royal palaces and administrative buildings. This area includes multiple courtyards, narrow corridors, and stairways connecting various residential and administrative rooms. Equally significant is the North Acropolis, a ceremonial complex featuring numerous pyramids and temples, serving as the main burial ground for Tikal's elite. The North Acropolis is densely packed with temples, shrines, and tombs, each constructed over previous structures in a tradition of continuous building. Tikal is renowned for its stelae and altars, intricately carved with images and hieroglyphic texts. These monuments commemorate significant events and rulers in Tikal's history, often depicting kings and queens, battles, and important dates. The hieroglyphic texts on these stelae have been crucial in understanding the political and social history of Tikal and the broader Maya civilization. Elevated roads, known as causeways or sakbiob, connected different parts of the city, demonstrating advanced urban planning. Constructed with limestone and featuring retaining walls to prevent erosion, these causeways facilitated trade, communication, and movement within the city. Tikal's extensive water management system, including reservoirs and canals, indicate their engineering intelligence. These systems collected and stored rainwater, ensuring a reliable water supply throughout the year, even during dry seasons. The ability to manage water resources effectively supported Tikal's large population and complex urban environment. One intriguing theory is that the layout of Tikal was influenced by celestial events and constellations. Some researchers suggest that the arrangement of temples and pyramids mirrors specific star patterns, aligning with important dates in the Maya calendar. This connection between architecture and astronomy underscores the Mayas' deep knowledge of the cosmos and its integration into their urban planning. Comparing Tikal to the Egyptian pyramids reveals both similarities and differences. Both Tikal's temples and the Egyptian pyramids served as monumental structures as well as possibly tombs for elite individuals. However, while the Egyptian pyramids, such as those at Giza, are primarily solid structures with internal burial chambers, Tikal's pyramids are multifunctional, combining tombs with temple platforms for rituals. Additionally, the intricate hieroglyphic carvings and stelae at Tikal provide a more detailed historical narrative compared to the relatively sparse inscriptions on the Egyptian pyramids. Discoveries of ancient civilizations in the jungle regions of the world have always fascinated archaeologists, historians. These finds often illuminate the complex societies that flourished in dense forest environments, revealing sophisticated cultures that mastered their challenging surroundings. The Maya civilization, one of the most notable ancient cultures of Central America, has left an indelible mark on modern understanding of pre-Columbian societies, thanks to the extensive discoveries of their cities, writings, and astronomical observatories. Spread across what is now Mexico, Guatemala, Belize, Honduras, and El Salvador, their remarkable achievements in various fields continue to be a source of fascination and study. The Maya cities, such as Tikal in Guatemala, Palenque in Mexico, and Copan in Honduras, are celebrated for their sophisticated architecture that blends seamlessly with the natural landscape. Tikal, known for its towering pyramids like Temple 4, the tallest pre-Columbian structure in the Americas at over 64 meters in height, was a bustling metropolis and a political powerhouse. Palenque is famed for the Temple of the Inscriptions, which houses the tomb of the great ruler Pakal. This pyramid is a testament to the Mayans' mastery over their environment, utilizing the natural hillside for its construction. Copan, with its intricately carved stelae and the hieroglyphic stairway, showcases the detailed narrative of the Mayas' history and cosmology. These cities not only served as civic and religious centers, but also as reflections of the Mayas' deep understanding of urban planning and sustainable living within the dense jungles. The Maya script, consisting of over 800 hieroglyphs, is the only known fully developed writing system in the pre-Columbian Americas. This writing was crucial for the detailed recording of their history, astronomical observations, and complex calendar systems. The decipherment of Maya glyphs in the 20th century opened a window into the Maya civilization, revealing the dynastic politics, warfare, and trade networks that flourished among these city-states. Interestingly, the Dresden Codex, one of the few surviving pre-Columbian Maya books, contains extensive tables for predicting the movements of the Moon and Venus, highlighting their advanced mathematical systems. Sites like the Caracol Observatory in Chichen Itza exemplify the Mayas' sophisticated understanding of astronomy. The structure, with its unique circular design, allowed Maya astronomers to observe celestial events with remarkable accuracy. Their knowledge of the cosmos was so precise that they could predict solar eclipses and the cycles of Venus, which they believed was linked to the god Kukulkan. This advanced astronomical knowledge was integral to their agricultural practices, religious ceremonies, and the construction of their calendar system, which included the 260-day Tzolk'in and the 365-day Hab. The Great Blue Hole, a giant marine sinkhole off the coast of Belize, provides intriguing insights into the environmental practices and possible decline of the Maya civilization. Studies of sediment and mineral deposits from the hole suggest periods of severe droughts in the region, aligning with the theorized timeline of the Maya collapse around the 9th and 10th centuries. This natural phenomenon serves as a stark reminder of the vulnerabilities of ancient civilizations to climate variability and change. One of the most captivating theories about the Maya civilization is related to their sudden decline and abandonment of cities in the 9th and 10th centuries. While overpopulation, warfare, and political instability undoubtedly played roles, recent evidence suggests that severe and prolonged droughts could have been a critical factor. This theory is supported by sediment and mineral analysis from bodies of water like the Great Blue Hole and Lake Chichen Kanab, which indicate significant reductions in rainfall during this period. The dependence of the Maya on rainwater for agriculture and daily life would have made such droughts catastrophic, potentially leading to widespread famine, social unrest, and the eventual collapse of many city-states. A fascinating comparison can be drawn between the Maya and the ancient Egyptians, particularly in their pyramid construction. While both civilizations built pyramids as monumental structures, their purposes and architectural styles were distinct. Egyptian pyramids, such as the Great Pyramid of Giza, served primarily as tombs for pharaohs and were constructed from massive limestone blocks. In contrast, Maya pyramids, often found at the heart of their cities, served as temples for worship and rituals, built with step sides and a temple at the top. This architectural difference reflects the contrasting religious and cultural practices of the two civilizations. The Inca Empire, a beacon of sophisticated engineering and profound cultural achievements, stretched across the Andean region, encompassing what we now recognize as parts of modern-day Peru, Ecuador, Bolivia, Argentina, Chile, and Colombia. This vast empire, thriving in the 15th and early 16th centuries, showcased a remarkable integration of architecture, agriculture, and astronomy into the natural landscape, epitomized by its key discoveries that continue to captivate scholars and tourists alike. Machu Picchu, perched majestically in the Peruvian Andes, stands as a testament to Inca ingenuity. Rediscovered in 1911 by Hiram Bingham, this 15th century citadel was built without the aid of wheels to transport heavy rocks or iron tools to carve them. The Incas employed a technique known as ashlar, where stones were cut to fit together without mortar so perfectly that not even a knife blade could fit between them. Intriguingly, Machu Picchu was built with a deep understanding of astronomy. Its Intihuatana stone accurately indicates the two equinoxes, twice a year when the sun sits directly over the stone, casting no shadow. Additionally, the placement of certain windows and doors aligns with astronomical events, suggesting a civilization deeply intertwined with the cosmos. The Inca Trail, a marvel of engineering, was part of an extensive network of paths, estimated to cover around 40,000 kilometers, linking the far reaches of the empire. This trail system not only facilitated rapid communication through relay runners, but also supported the movement of armies and goods, despite the challenging Andean terrain. The trail includes a series of stone steps, tunnels, and bridges, traversing through cloud forests and alpine tundras, highlighting the Incas' profound understanding of their environment and their ability to adapt their architectural techniques to the mountainous landscape. Sacsayhuaman, with its imposing walls made of massive stones, some weighing over 100 tons, is an architectural marvel located on the outskirts of Cusco. The precision with which these stones are cut and fitted together is so high that the seams between the stones are virtually imperceptible. This fortress, believed to represent the head of a puma, with Cusco forming the body. An interesting theory that has emerged about these structures, particularly Machu Picchu, is that it served as a royal estate for the Inca Emperor Pachacuti. Instead of being a defensive stronghold, it is theorized that Machu Picchu was a retreat symbolizing the power and prestige of the Inca ruler, strategically located to oversee the sacred landscape and align with key astronomical events, reinforcing the emperor's divine association with the sun god Inti. Comparing the Inca Empire's architectural feats to those of ancient Rome reveals a fascinating juxtaposition. While Roman architecture is renowned for its introduction of the arch, concrete, and extensive road networks that integrated the empire, the Incas achieved a comparable level of integration without these technologies. Their road networks, built in harmony with the natural terrain, and their structures, designed with an innate understanding of earthquake engineering, reflect a different kind of sophistication. Where Rome's architecture spoke to the empire's expansionist ethos and engineering innovation, Inca architecture communicated a deep reverence for the natural world and a desire to blend rather than dominate the landscape. These key discoveries within the Inca Empire offer a glimpse into a civilization that, despite lacking many of the technologies that are often associated with ancient architectural marvels, achieved an extraordinary harmony between their engineering, architectural feats, and the natural world.